Start the clock.
Good evening, kiddies. Dr. Freedom here with you. Time for some Doctor Who news from in and around the universe. Well, you know the rest. Once again, reminder: Omega Files this weekend will be Escape from New York, the second in our series of movie reviews, reviewing the movies of John Carpenter. Hope you'll have a blast, watching it. We had a great time doing They Live, and hopefully we'll be the same thing this coming weekend. Okay, now I'm hearing some weird stuff about some goings on Series 9. I might be getting some confirmation on that, and that's why I'm going to wait before I go ahead and broadcast it. Okay, so but keep your pants on, all right? But hang on a second on the weirdness front. Alrighty. We did get these today. They were filming again in Lanneran. If I remember, I think that's the proper pronunciation. Okay. This was going on today. Once again, you can't really see much because it's from a distance. Also, you'll notice they fenced off the area to keep people out. So they're really being really wary of the quote unquote set reporters this time, this year around, especially after the stuff that went on with Series 8. So Series 9 filming's proceeding. This should be still episode 5. Which so far is looking to be like it's going to be a standalone episode. There's one more pick, but it's not as good. And there's no smoke and whatnot. And there's some folks gathered around down there. Unfortunately, you can't really see much even when you zoom in because it's been taken at such a distance. But this is about the closest you can get, and it's already all pixelated. So it kind of makes you wonder what's exploding, what's burning, and whatnot, but we'll find out later, won't we? All right. Okay. Oh, some weird stuff getting burned in Lanneran. Okay, how did we know this? If you run on over here, Capaldi was there today. The whole area was closed off with a massive fence. And once again, this was Lanneran again today, and apparently signs were still up, so looks like they might be sticking around there maybe for one more day if they didn't finish up with what they're doing today. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get into the big stuff. Let's hit the news. All right, shall we? Okay, first up, this was put up by the BBC Doctor Who official page, and as you can read from the mysterious little message there, this was up on Instagram. Before you ask what it is, we can't say, but by all means, have a guess. What do you think? A Time Lord shirt button, maybe. Now, one of the things that's nifty is this looks almost like it's either some kind of puzzle or maybe some kind of codex or some kind of, decoder. Because it looks to me like maybe this outer ring here spins or this inner ring one does. And then you'll see there's a little notch right here. So maybe a lot of people are theorizing maybe this is the secret to finding Gallifrey. But once again, we don't know for sure. But if you want, I'll leave the link to the picture down below in the description box if you want to go take it out, take a look at it. Maybe I'll call it Mysterious Gallifreyan Disc. But oh well. Okay. Lots of Eccleston stuff this week. Over on Casturberus, Chris Eccleston on trial and swimming in the Lake District. A grilling by the formidable Jerry Paxman that must at one point have been a political badge of honor. A rite of passage worn with all the comfort of cattle branding. So what happens when that lashing tongue is turned on to something scarier than a junior minister? What happens when his opponent just happens to be a Time Lord, say playing a Shakespearean villain? Confused? Well, confusion now hath made his masterpiece if the Radio Times verdict of the trial of Macbeth, a surreal one-off courtroom drama which saw Macbeth, played by the Ninth Doctor himself, Chris Eccleston, stand trial for regicide, is anything to go by. Now, using only the evidence available, presumably the non-contested parts for the text, could a lineup of top QCs prove Macbeth's innocence. The play, which took place at the Noel Coward Theatre in London, is part of the Shakespeare Schools Festival, a charity which helps children of all backgrounds perform the playwright's work. And it was also directed by Eccleston, who is a big supporter of the cause. And right here, reporting on his performance, the Radio Times said, quote, Eccleston sat handcuffed and stony-faced in the dock as real lawyers cross-examined him and questioned witnesses to the crime. He was adamant that he hadn't murdered the king and in a very gentlemanly way blamed his wife for the whole thing. Paxman, who played the jury foreman, who thankfully delivered the not guilty verdict in the speedy and efficient manner that he demands from his university challenge contestants. And it goes on for a little bit there after that. I just thought this was pretty interesting. Eccleston out there doing some nifty stuff. Speaking of Eccleston, oh, looky here. Eccleston, Doctor Who co-star Christopher Eccleston takes the plunge in new ITV drama Safe House. Actor who played the Ninth Doctor swam in the freezing waters of the Lake District in December. That's right. In his upcoming ITV drama Safe House, in which he plays an ex-copper who runs a police protection refuge in Cumbria, his character is often shown swimming in the freezing cold waters of the Lake District in the middle of the winter. And the heroic actor did all the swimming himself. No extras, no body doubles, no nothing. As ITV drama boss Steve November admiringly puts it. Adds Eccleston, quote, "It's all part of my midlife crisis. I thought for my character who's been through trauma, exercise would act as stress relief. It was something I would always do during periods of unemployment." End quote. Now, still there are some consolations for the actor, quote, it was lovely filming in the wild. We picked blackberries and we found a great pub called the Old Bull in Coniston, end quote, he says. However, he did admit that it rained a lot on the set. Quote, "Our families came up and it rained and they ate mint cake and went home," end quote, he added with a laugh. Inspired by the story of a real couple, the four-part drama begins when Eccleston's character Robert and his teacher wife Katie are asked by a close friend and police officer Mark to turn their remote Lake District bed and breakfast into a safe house for protected witnesses and crime victims. Their decision to say yes means Robert revisiting the memory of a tragedy from his life as a policeman when a witness he was protecting was shot and killed. And the first family that comes under Katie and Robert's care also caused the couple a few problems. And that is due to air on ITV later on this spring. Okay, now we're on to that Matt Smith guy. Remember him? Matt Smith wants to star in the Harry Potter spinoff. Doctor Who star Matt Smith has apparently revealed that he's been keen to appear in the movie adaptation of J.K. Rowling's Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. A planned trilogy of films based on the 2001 book was announced by Warner Brothers in September of 2013. Mentioned in the very first Harry Potter novel, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, the book is a textbook for first-year students at Hogwarts. And the Sun also reveals that the 32-year-old actor has expressed an interest in playing a magizoologist, Newt Scamander. Now, the films are expected to feature Newt Scamander as the main character and will be set in New York 70 years before the Harry Potter story starts. Okay, here we go again. So, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them is due to begin filming in London this summer. Okay, now this has been all over like 3 or 4 sites. This just happened to be the first one I caught it on, Cinema Blend. Who Matt Smith is actually playing in Terminator Genisys. Okay, you'll be forgiven for thinking Matt Smith has a thing for time travel. After piloting the TARDIS through space and history as the 11th Time Lord on Doctor Who, will be able to see him in another time-hopping adventure in a few months as he shows up in Terminator Genisys. Up to this point, his role has been kept under tight wraps, but a new report sheds some light on this character. Now, be warned, spoilers do follow. Now, what they're saying is Smith's role has been one of the many questions surrounding the next installment of the Terminator series, but Latino Review may know his identity. There was a recent test screening in Arizona where a small group of people saw the film, and one of the anonymous audience members revealed that Smith plays Skynet, or at least the embodiment of Skynet. Now, this is kind of confusing because when you look at the scenes, if I remember right, you can see him off on the distance of one of the scenes. Also, they do say he's playing a short role in the first one, and that his role is going to grow as the trilogy goes on. But once again, this was the type of role that Helena Bonham Carter played in Terminator Salvation. So could it be him? Could he be playing the personification of Skynet? I'd really like to see him do it. I think he'd have a nice, interesting take on it. But like I said, this is all so far just a rumor. This is not confirmed. Okay, all right, jumping on over to the Metro. Doctor Who 10th Anniversary, 7 Things Fan Hated About New Who. All right, now here's just some of the complaints for the more old school viewers. Billie Piper, she's a pop singer, and one faded one at that. I'll never forget when I first found out about the new Doctor Who. It was at a sci-fi con, and they showed pictures of Eccleston, and then the only pictures they had of Billie Piper at that time were ones of when she was in her pop singer days, and it's her on stage with a microphone. Naturally, a whole lot of people went, "What?" I'm not kidding. You should have seen it. Everybody was like, "Oh, no." Because they thought they were getting like Britney Spears or something like that, okay? But no, it turns out she did a pretty good job. I can't complain. All right, no costume. Of course, everybody was weirded out by Eccleston's costume. The U-boat captain, as Captain Jack Harkness referred to it. But I thought it was a nice change, It was quite a different take on the Doctor. That's what I loved about his outfit. Okay, where are all the cliffhangers, burping, bins, and farting aliens? Well, you can take 3 guesses about that. And, of course, no new planets. And what's with all the feels? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, a lot of people are complaining because the first series was primarily Earth-based. But they, again, they did go to Earth all the way in the future and that, but still, I can't complain about the first season of Doctor Who with the Ninth Doctor because this was the season that jump-started the new series. And if it hadn't been for Eccleston and Piper, getting things, done the way they did, chances are we wouldn't be sitting here with Peter Capaldi and, Jenna Coleman now. So, but I think it's funny when you look back on all these complaints now. Okay, quickly, this is the Sunday recap of Toronto Comicon. I'm just going to leave this one up here for you guys to read because there's a nice, nifty little segment here about Karen Gillan and the things that went on in her Q&A panel. She talked about Guardians of the Galaxy. She also talked about Doctor Who and whatnot. So if you want to go check this out, I'm going to leave the link up for you here in the description box. Okay, then, well, that's pretty much what I got for you also. Hang on a second. What is this? Okay, literally fresh off the wire. There are rumors of Doctor Who filming at Caerphilly tomorrow morning rather than Bastardesque. All right. So, we'll have to find out if this pans out tomorrow morning, won't we? Okay. Well, that's all I got for now, guys. Keep in mind, Omega Files this weekend is Escape from New York. See, the following week, I think I have Big Trouble in Little China. I'll have to double check that, okay? And who knows? I'll have to check my schedule. But that's all I got for now. Like I said, I do have some unconfirmed news that, if true, will make Series 9 rather interesting. But I'm waiting to hear some confirmation on that. I also might get some pictures, but I have to find out if I can broadcast them when I do get them. So, because I do like to protect sources. I don't like, ratting people out and they lose their job or they lose their chance to go on set, because things that got leaked out. So that's why I'm very protective of sources when I get them. So, okay, so take it easy, guys. Catch you on the flip side.